My boyfriend keeps making jokes and comments about my body despite me asking him to stop. Am I overreacting if I break up with him over this? I'm 21, he's 25. We've been together 9 months. The comments he makes are mainly to do with my butt. I lost a lot of weight before we started dating and I used to be very curvy. Now I'm petite. I struggle with food. He's aware of this. He wants me to put on weight and to eat more. He is a very athletic and muscular and he has introduced me to the gym. Before him, I had really never exercised. His ideal for me would be to eat and move more, which is objectively healthier for me than how I was treating my body before I met him. Okay, that's all reasonable, as long it's something that he agreed with you, and especially that he knows that you've got issues with food, maybe some kind of disorder going on. He had made a lot of comments. The ones I can remember go like, me, I feel like my butt looks good in these trousers. Him, flattest trousers against my body. Are you sure about that? Him, unprompted. What do you think of this girl's physique? Shows me fitness influencer. I find it attractive. You could have a nicer butt than her without much effort. I don't think she's had a BBL. She looks good. Oh, wow. I don't know if it's some kind of reverse psychology he's trying to put on you by showing and comparing you to other women. Maybe he had something in his head, imagined that this is what you want. The problem is I don't know what kind of conversations you had about your dietary needs, your struggles with food. How did you come about you losing so much weight and being extra thin? I think that's missing. But based on what I know and what you've shared in the post, that is so out of order. In my opinion, he should not be trying to encourage you to change something about yourself. I would imagine that if he got into a relationship with you, it's because he likes you the way you are. Him unprompted. If you think your butt is flat now, you should have seen it when we met. I could have sworn you were curvy before, but you turned to the side and basically disappeared. Babe, you don't understand. There was nothing there. Ooh, that's quite a lot to have a little joke versus this tirade. Another one. You've been losing weight again. Your butt has lost mass and shape. Me. I'm cold. Him. You should have worn leggings under your jeans. Maybe it'll help fill out the butt area. Me. You're making me the butt of the joke. Him. What butt? Him. Grabbing my butt. This definitely used to be more than a handful. I could go on and on and on. He makes them so often. Oh, fucking hell. A little bit of a banter, a little bit of a joke it's fine, but this is way beyond. Oh, man. It would make me so uncomfortable, and especially knowing that you have issues with your consumption of any food and hearing those comments, and you probably think the same to yourself. I'm too thin now, and you have that internal voice constantly talking to you. How bad you look, and now him doing that on top of everything. How are you supposed to feel cherished, validated, admired, desired by your man who constantly comments on your body, on your butt specifically? What a fixation. If you wanted a woman with a big butt, get the woman with a big butt.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. Oh, Emma, you're laughing.
Oh, man. Oh, I have told him repeatedly that I don't appreciate the jokes. I don't find them funny. They hurt my feelings. I've told him verbatim. I already have one voice in my head telling me my body isn't the way it's supposed to be. I don't want to. Exactly. I just said that. I've cried about it in front of him. We've argued about it. I've brought it up at least 5 times. Every time he's adamant they're just jokes. He loves me as I am. He promised he won't make those jokes again. Well, clearly those promises are very empty because it's not the first, second time. You've told him several times and he keeps giving you the same excuse and saying that he loves you the way you are. Clearly not. Clearly wants you to have a big ass.
One more time from the top. I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brother.
I cried to him 4 days ago now about how much it affected me. He promised he'd change. Today he made another comment, specifically the leggings one. There we go. So yeah, he doesn't change. I just can't handle it anymore. It makes me feel like shit. I'm hitting the gym. I'm trying to be healthier. It's not encouraging in the slightest being the butt of the joke. Not that I have one. I'm sorry, Opie, but I just love that you're still trying to have a distance. And that's why I laughed, because yeah, you made a comment about yourself trying not to be a butt of the joke. Oh, this is crazy. Carry on. We joke a lot with each other. He says he forgets the boundaries sometimes. He's vocal about his desire for me to gain weight and restore my relationship with my body. He thinks the gym will help with that. He says he loves me and loves my body, but he complains and makes jokes about it and is just mean. Okay. If you didn't ask him directly, please help me to get into that journey so I can restore the relationship with food and improve my lifestyle, then he's got no right to do anything whatsoever. He can advise, he can be a listening ear, but he can't be pushing you constantly like that. I feel like he just decided to take in that role of a personal trainer that no one hired. And let's face it, when it comes to severe issues with food, it's a psychological issue and it just cannot be talked through or snap out of it by making offhand comments and jokes, thinking that maybe, that kind of bro dynamic will work when we would just be making fun of each other. Then this is the way we're gonna point our faults and encourage you to change something about yourself. That doesn't work like that, especially if it's a psychological issue. Again, I'm not a psychiatrist. I don't know exactly what kind of issues to what degree you really have, but I can just guess and assume that maybe it's something deeper. There is some eating disorder. If anything, that's for therapists to go through with you. And really, I want to send him to therapy. Stop trying to fix people who didn't even ask for your help, mate. This is not good. But also, he took me in for 2.5 months while I looked for a new flat. He took me to Paris. He looked after me while I was sick and after surgery. He's patient with me and has encouraged me to be healthier. I also have it on good assumption that he's autistic and maybe he's struggling to understand why these jokes hurt my feelings. I'm not sure. Okay, so you're trying to show some of the good side of him to give us a wider, better picture of what kind of person he really is. But, and again, I'm an autistic person and no autistic is the same. But I really find it hard to believe that because potentially he is autistic, he struggles with the communication. I know from experience, and some of the autistic people I know nothing better for me is than direct message saying, please don't do that, so you don't make me feel uncomfortable. So then next time I know what not to say to hurt anybody's feelings. That's the easiest policy. I hate when people are shady, trying to imply or, try to give me social clues I struggle with. I'd rather them to be direct and tell me not to do that, like you did, and he still persists to be mean to you. So, no, I don't think it has anything to do with him potentially being autistic. Again, I'm not a specialist, and as I said, one autistic is different to another, but to me, it looks like a gaslighting, if anything, really, by him, doing such nice, beautiful things for you to then go and kick you and, push you down, then to uplift you and treat you to nice things. Is it worth breaking up over? He's apologized today and promised it will never happen again, but he's apologized before and I'm not convinced I will see a real change. I don't want to be insulted as a joke for the rest of my life. I don't know if he's being malicious or if he's making bad jokes. No, bad jokes can be malicious. So you can have two, really. At the end of the day, if you live in a relationship in which you feel shit, the other person doesn't lift you up, it's all good and fine to be challenged from time to time. We don't all want to live in a fairy tale and have rose glasses on all the time. But if he's making you feel for so many months like crap, I don't think it's worth pursuing. So potentially I'm going on the bandwagon with the rest of the Reddit telling you to break up with him. And again, you never really need a real good reason or any reason to give to anybody if you want to end a relationship. So any reason is good, but this one specifically sounds like a really good idea because you're just not being treated well by this guy. Some comments. Not overreacting. There are countless guys out there who would kiss the ground you walk on. Don't waste your youth with someone who won't appreciate you for who you are. And then they comment under this, exactly, the bare minimum is not making your partner cry about their body, especially when you know they struggle with food. She deserves someone who makes that voice in her head quieter, not louder. 100%. Oh, I love the next comment. Not overreacting. Tell him this. Ain't build a bitch. He doesn't get to pick and choose how each of your body parts look. He broke a boundary. Time to follow through and leave. Yes. I think my light dimmed and it got really dark in here. Great. That's what we're loving when we're recording. Why this keeps happening to me? Let me change the light to do something about the big one. Okay, seems I'm not having a luck recently. This is, by the way, second time I'm trying to record the video. I've tried last night and I'm trying today and my lights decided to go off. So we probably will see some inconsistencies when it comes to lighting, unless I manage to fix it. Okay. So to conclude the previous story, you're not overreacting. To the next one. Am I overreacting for being upset that my girlfriend secretly used my credit card for months? Oh. So you want to break up with her? No, you're just being upset. No. Absolutely not. I wouldn't want my boyfriend just to use my credit card without my knowledge. Come on. Some boundaries here. Let's read the background story before we look into the receipts. I'm at 20s, male, have been dating my girlfriend for just under 2 years. I currently make a very decent amount of money and she knows it. I'm also very on top of my finances and credit and stuff. She may be not so much. I typically pay my credit card down to zero regardless of the balance every month. In December, I was traveling and doing some budgeting, so I just happened to check my statement. I noticed just a handful of charges that I didn't recognize. Some shopping online, random stores and shit. And even some cash advance transactions which I get charged a fee for. Not a big deal in and of itself, but I'd figured my card has just been compromised. Reported the charges, got a new card, and proceeded carefully with my card info going forward. I did not accuse anyone and I just chalked it up to bad luck. Fast forward a few months, my friends and I planned a trip to Mexico for about 2 weeks here. At the end of January, beginning of February. Before traveling here, I told my credit card company I would be out of the country, so there was no problem with purchasing things here, etc. They called me and told me they had flagged some charges and wanted to know if I was back from my vacation. I'm not back yet. So somebody was using your card outside of Mexico. I started putting two and two together and came to the realization that I could only be my girlfriend and I'm really crushed right now about this. I confronted her and these are the messages. I feel like I'm being gaslit about this. I really just don't want to see her because I'm so angry and don't want her to be at my house when I get back, but she lives there and I can't just kick her out. Am I overreacting? Ho. You're saying she's gaslighting you in your messages. I'm very curious to see what she has to say and if she's pretending that it's not her. Doesn't sound good, doesn't look good for her. Let's have a look. Good morning, babe. When you wake up, I need to talk to you about something serious. I just left the gym. Is everything okay? I'm okay. So I got woken up to a call from Amex this morning for a fraud alert about some purchases on my card. I had to temporarily lock my card. This is the last thing I want to deal with right now. blank, and I'm very frustrated. Oh God, that's awful. What do you need from me? Can I help at all? I'm sorry, babe, that's so annoying, especially while you're traveling. Yeah, it's very annoying. I'm just going to be direct and ask you why and how are you using my credit card? Wait, me? What do you mean? Sorry, I don't know where those voices came from, but it just felt right. I'm gonna carry on with them. Blank. Please just be honest with me. It says there were purchases for $36 at blank and then another for $224 at blank, both local spots in Austin. So you're saying I did something? Babe, how would I be using your card if it's with you? I don't know. I'm asking you directly. I don't want to accuse you of doing anything if I don't have the full picture, but from where I stand, this is the only thing that makes any sense. So, did you use my card at blank? Why would you automatically think it's me? Because it already happened months ago. I assumed my card just got skimmed or something. I don't know, but I replaced it and it didn't happen again. Now I'm out of the country and it happens again. I'm sorry, but you have to understand how it looks to me. Just answer my question, please. Are you using my card? Well, I did a couple times, like back in September. I thought it was okay, though. It wasn't like that. Oh my God. So yes, she did a couple months ago, but now she's like, oh, how come I've used it? How can you think it was me? Ugh. It wasn't like that. So you're saying you didn't try to use my card yesterday at blank, only back in September? I just didn't think it would be a big deal. I used it before to buy some of the furniture for the house, like you said I could. So you copied my card number and betrayed my trust, or what? I don't think you're being honest with me. So are you telling me that you didn't use my card yesterday and before you didn't take cash out from somewhere with my credit card? You know what was annoying me and why I agree with him that he's being gaslit? Because first, she's denying it at the very, very beginning. So what do you mean? Then he asks direct question and she keeps responding and talking about the past, not the current situation. So just say how it is. Stop beating around the bush. Oh, I hate it so much. I didn't copy your card number. When I took it to buy the furniture, it added to my Apple Wallet. Magically added itself? What a bullshit. Everybody knows how you need to add the card to Apple Wallet. It's not as easy. If you have a physical card, you've got to literally either scan this thing or put the number manually. It's not like you're using some mobile app where sometimes automatically asks you to add your card to your Apple Wallet. That's not the case. Oh, this is annoying. I may have used it just a few times in between then and now, but you're making it sound like I stole money from you or something. You're making it very dramatic. No, it's not dramatic. You're literally lying. Well, that's because it's a big deal to me. You stole sensitive financial information from me. I'm just confused. What are you using $500 of cash advance for anyways? Why wouldn't you just ask me? Yeah. Why would she? What would she not? This is so strange. I never got any cash out of the card. I don't know what that's about, I swear. And then he sends the screenshots of this. This isn't for that much, but I certainly did not do it right around the time I left for Mexico. Oh, okay, I see. So the card is on my Apple Pay, so I must have been defaulting to yours on accident when I use Venmo to pay my friends and stuff. Blank, I'm really sorry. You have to trust me here. This was a mistake. That wasn't a fucking mistake. That was deliberate action. Maybe yes, now on Venmo you accidentally used his card, but you added his card without his permission. Oh my. How can you call it a mistake? So was it a mistake to spend $200 at blank yesterday too on my card? I just don't understand. Why wouldn't you just ask me for the money if you needed it? This is low. You know how I'm about this kind of stuff and you exploited my worst insecurities. Yeah, I would be pissed off. I didn't have the best relationship with money in the past, so I would be fuming if somebody done something like that to me. I truly just didn't think much of it, blank. You'd be paying your card of all the same. I just didn't think it would hurt you as much. Oh no. Oh, so yeah, you always pay off your credit card. So it's just peanuts to you. You don't realise. Oh my God. That doesn't make it okay, blank. Come on, you know I would do anything for you, and if you ask for this son, I'd have climbed Everest to try and get it for you. Stealing from me is not okay. It wasn't ever a ton of money at the time. I ultimately planned to pay you back, but I guess I do also understand why you are upset about it. Yes, of course you did plan to pay him back, especially considering the previous message when you said and thought, oh, he wouldn't even know, this is nothing for him, isn't it? You cash advanced 500 in December, blank. It's not about whether it's a lot to me, but you realize that's simply not okay. You've been doing this for months. When was the repayment going to start? Yeah, exactly. When? When would you go and tell him, it's like, oh, by the way, babe, for months I've been using your credit card and took this much of you. Here is money back. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I think I'm a bit nasty today, but that really, really pissed me off. I needed money at the time and I just didn't know how to ask you at the time. I'm sorry. Coming to your partner and looking him in the eye. It's like, babe, could we have a talk? I'm struggling financially at the moment and I need £500. Oh, sorry, I'm from UK. Dollars for such and such. Would it be okay, or would you be able to help me with that amount of money? I will give you the money back in 2 months. Would that be okay? That's how you do it? I'm laughing my head off. I'm sorry, blank. I can't have too much sympathy for you. You live with me. I pay your mortgage and don't ask you for anything. I already pay for everything for you. You know I'd have helped you. And you never have problem asking me for anything. I love to spoil you. You know that. Okay, that gives a really different picture. If it's something that he regularly does, just can't. You're acting like I'm some sort of criminal or something. Like, please just take a deep breath. I'm sorry. Yes, I don't know the law, but that quite potentially is a criminal thing to do. You know, you're literally stealing the money. You're a thief. No, I'm acting like you just broke all trust I had for you. It's been so hard for me in the past few years to open up to people like I have to you, and this is the exact reason why. This is exactly what I've been afraid of. I feel like you're blowing it slightly out of proportion. Don't tell me how to feel about this situation. My bank locked my card and called me about possible fraud while I was in a different country. Do you not understand? This is a major deal to me. Do you get how bad that looks on you and myself as well? I apologize, blank. You're focusing on the wrong thing. Lol, and what's the right thing to focus on right now? That I was stressed and I was scared and I didn't know what I was going to do. Now you're making me feel like a terrible person for that. Oh, now it's just like, oh, I'm such a victim. Why are you doing that to me? I'm such a poor baby. Typical behavior. Flipping the semantics of it all. You're pissing me the fuck off, blank. Cut the victim shit. Sorry, I promise I didn't see this. You're not a victim. If anyone is, then it's me. But I'm not even playing the card. So be a woman and help me understand why do you hit something like this from me instead of just talking to me. Make it make sense to me. I feel like you don't trust me sometimes, like the way you're interrogating me and talking to me right now. Right now it feels like you're holding your money over my head. Oh, she is insufferable. Honest to God, I'm in the mood today. Break up with her. To the bin with her. Question marks. I'm laughing out loud when I have ever held money over your head, blank. Never asked you to pay me back or made you feel bad about not paying for anything ever. I deserve the same honesty and respect I give to you, my girlfriend. I always put you first. How the hell am I holding money over your head? I told you I was sorry and I don't know what else you want me from me at this point. I feel like I want you to understand why it's a big deal to me and why I'm so hurt. If you don't get it, then you just don't get it. But I want to be frank with you and let you know I'm reconsidering the whole thing. I have a few more days here and I don't want to be consumed with this while I try to enjoy the rest of my trip with my friends. I've given it too much time this morning already. I don't want to talk to you in between now and when I get back. We will talk in person and I figure this out, but I'm incredibly hurt and questioning a lot of things. I'm sorry, Blanc. I feel like I'm being punished and it was never supposed to be this big of a deal. I love you immensely and never wanted to hurt you. You're right. I should have talked to you. I hope you can understand this was a huge mistake on my part and I don't want to lose you over this. I love you more than I can ever put into words. I fucked up. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I was annoying with reading her parts like this, but this is how it felt. Like a little girl who was caught on doing something wrong, not wanting to admit, and really truly apologize for what she did. At first, she was even lying to his face, like straight into his face, and then playing a victim. Oh, that pisses me off. It really does. Shall we look at some comments, guys? Not overreacting. Wait, me? What do you mean? Damn girl, really tried to brazen it off there for a minute. This is a massive violation of trust. Using your card, lying about it, and then trying to play victim at the end of your exchange. I hate to say this, but I really think you're being taken advantage of here. I would seriously reconsider this relationship if I were you. Also, thank goodness you pay off your balance in full. A cash advance from a credit card? Girlfriend could have seriously screwed you with that. Generally, PSA. Never do cash withdrawals on your credit card. Never. Yeah. Cash withdrawals on credit cards are the worst. The interest and the charges for just doing it are so high. Oh, this is crazy. Can't believe how angry I got with this. Financial exploitation is one of the worst ones you can do to your partner. And just thinking because he's well off, it's fine to do so because he will never notice. It's so scummy. So scummy. Oh, man. Thank you for joining and listening to me ramble. See you next week. Bye.